Where will the S&P 500 index be in 2033? The S&amp P 500 index is a benchmark for the health of the overall stock market. Historically, it has had positive returns. Will this continue, and where will it be in 10 years? Over the past decade, the S&amp P 500 has shown remarkable growth, with an annualized return of approximately 10% since the 1920s. Many investors are wondering where the index will be in 10 years. In this article, we will explore the various factors that could influence the future performance of the S&amp P 500. Economic factors. The performance of the S&amp P 500 is heavily influenced by the overall health of the U.S. economy. Economic growth, inflation, and interest rates are all factors that can impact the index's performance. Economic growth. If the U.S. economy continues to grow at its current rate, the S&amp P 500 is likely to continue to perform well. According to the Congressional Budget Office, the U.S. economy is expected to grow at an average rate of 1.7% over the next decade. This would be slightly lower than the average growth rate of the past decade, but still positive. Inflation. Inflation is another economic factor that can impact the S&amp P 500. If inflation rises, it can reduce the value of the U.S. dollar, which can lead to higher stock prices. However, if inflation rises too quickly, it can cause the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates, which can slow economic growth and hurt stock prices. Interest rates. Interest rates are also an important factor to consider when predicting the future performance of the S&amp P 500. Higher interest rates can lead to lower stock prices as investors seek safer investments such as bonds. Right now, as of 2023, interest rates are increasing, causing stocks, especially growth companies, to lose value. High interest rates mean any product that requires a loan, like a house or a car, costs more. Geopolitical factors. Geopolitical factors such as trade agreements, political instability, and international conflicts can also impact the performance of the S&amp P 500. There have been some tensions between the U.S. and China, the U.S. and Russia, and there is a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. Trade agreements. The ongoing trade negotiations between the U.S. and China have been a major source of uncertainty for investors over the past few years. If a trade agreement is reached between the two countries, it could lead to increased economic growth and higher stock prices. Political instability. Political instability can also impact the performance of the S&amp P 500. If there is a significant change in the political landscape of the U.S., such as a shift in power in Congress or a change in the presidency, it could lead to increased uncertainty and volatility in the markets. International conflicts. International conflicts can also impact the performance of the S&amp P 500. If there is a major conflict between two countries, it could lead to a global recession and hurt stock prices. Again, Russia and Ukraine come to mind here. Hopefully this conflict is resolved soon. Right now, there is uncertainty between Russia and Ukraine, who have been at war for a year. This is creating uncertainty in the world. Technological factors. Technological advancements and innovations can also impact the performance of the S&amp P 500. As innovation increases, a product's value also increases and the price goes down. Then more people can afford that product. Think smartphones, which are in the hands of billions of people on Earth now. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence AI is one technology that is expected to have a significant impact on the stock market in the coming years. AI can be used to analyze large amounts of data and make predictions about future market trends. Most large companies doing ETF or any kind of trading are using machine learning and artificial intelligence to predict patterns. Blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is another innovation that could impact the performance of the S&amp P500. Blockchain technology is a decentralized ledger that can be used to securely store and transfer data. It has the potential to revolutionize the way that financial transactions are conducted. Companies like Coinbase, if successful, could be added to the S&amp P500. Conclusion: predicting the future performance of the S&amp P500 is a challenging task. There are many factors that can impact the index's performance, including economic factors, geopolitical factors, and technological advancements. While it is impossible to predict exactly where the index will be in 10 years, investors can use these factors to make informed decisions about their investments. By staying informed and keeping a long-term perspective, investors can maximize their chances of achieving their financial goals. I personally see the S&amp P500 continuing to go up overall. Competition and capitalism demand that companies improve, and the index in most funds, like the Vanguard S&amp P500 VOO, rebalance according to companies and their success